So, all you scared to death Negroes, just sit down. Don't you come out to defend our enemy. You sit down and you shut up and tell your master to come on out and deal with it.
I would like to introduce our next panelist, Brother Tariq, and I would like to begin with a quote from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We'll never be the people that God intends until we separate from our enemy. Brother Tariq Muhammad is the founder and chief operating officer of Original Man Scientific, representing the Life Sciences Department. At age 17, Tariq began to show passion for medical research in the area of cardiovascular biology. He began his own independent research project on the treatment of atherosclerosis. At age 19, Tariq caught the attention of a researcher, formerly of the Pauli Hart Center at Virginia Commonwealth University. It was then he received basic medical research training to aid him in his research pursuits. Tariq attended Virginia State University, earning a position in their agricultural research station just 12 days into his freshman year, and gained a firm interest in agriculture to add unique integrated features to his medical research, which included more plant-based approaches to human disease. Tariq also worked with Virginia Polytech Institute, working on research involving bacteria. In 2014, Tariq used his knowledge of science and business to begin his very own research brand, the Navy Bean Experimental Research Station, to explore the biological and chemical potential of the Navy bean. The following year, Tariq founded Original Man Scientific to help others with their research and development. Tariq is currently working on his continued research in atherosclerosis and other projects, including therapeutic innovations for diabetes, thyroid disease, upper respiratory infections such as those caused by viruses, and much more. Please, let's welcome Brother Tariq Muhammad.
Thank you, Sister Mecca. Beautiful.
Alaikum.
Well, alaikum salam, sir.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah and that Muhammad is his messenger. I want to greet the believers and everyone that's watching this program tonight with the words of peace and paradise that we say in the Arabic language. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, alaikum salam, sir.
I just want to first and foremost thank Sister Dawn for reaching out to me for the opportunity. I love seeing my fellow believers who are building a nation, not just talking about a nation or talking about what they want to see. I love the efforts being put into making our communities a decent and safe place to live. I wanted to just go into my website, well, the website for Original Man Scientific, but just to kind of give you a history of the company. It was like mentioned in my bio, it was really just a company to disrupt or to put a thorn in the research and development industry. I wanted to bring as many Black people, especially our youth, to science and technology as possible and bring science and technology to them. So I wanted to go into our inner city communities, go into, of course, social media, and just see and explore the different types of creative minds that we have inside the Nation of Islam and outside the Nation of Islam when it comes to science and technology. So if you can scroll down just a little bit, you see the four areas that we focus on is research and development, industry opportunity, helping you fund your science or your research and development endeavors, and also product enhancement. So we partner with different businesses to enhance or increase the productivity of whatever product that they're using for their business. If you can scroll up a little bit and go to the About page. So this right here is just a slideshow of the Navy Bean Experimental Research Station. This program is really inspired by the work of Dr. George Washington Carver and the things that he did with the soybean, the sweet potato, and the peanut. And I was like, you know what, there's no one in the nation that's really doing scientific research with the Navy beans in this capacity. So I wanted to see what can be done with the Navy bean, is going as far as bacteria research, amino acid research, and antibiotics research. For those who are not familiar with what an amino acid is, an amino acid, well, I'm a really focused on the essential amino acids that are found in the Navy bean. The Navy bean has all 9 essential amino acids. It is literally the perfect food for human consumption, especially for the Black man and woman. So these non-essential amino acids are pretty much amino acids that we can't produce in our bodies alone. It has to be an introduction of a food source to bring us those amino acids. So the Navy bean is the #1 source for bringing those amino acids that you need for proper human development. So there you see the logo, different types of research that we're doing with it. Now, I also want to scroll up a little bit further. I want to go into the networks. So these networks are pretty much areas of, you can stop right there, that's fine. These are pretty much networks of research and development that a young person or anybody really could get involved in. If somebody was doing agricultural research, if they were doing some of the things that Sister Makeda is doing, they can pretty much join that network, bring their research to the network, and have other people join into their research, give their critique, give their feedback, and you can partner with them on their research. They can partner with you on your research and so forth. So you have the biochemistry, you can scroll down a little bit. The biomedical sciences. So this part right here is just the life sciences. Those different types of sciences that are found to deal with living organisms. You got your forensic science, you got your health and wellness, and marine biology. You can stop there. So of course, we also have an engineering side as well, where we do architectural engineering, mechanical materials. As a matter of fact, Jabril, who is my director of engineering, who's watching right now, he is a materials engineer. And materials engineers are pretty much engineers that deal with the science of materials, testing materials, using materials for certain applications, and what have you. But Original Man Scientific really was something I wanted to give as many of us and our people as possible, because I was having a difficult time exploring my research with the Navy bean. When I was at Virginia State, they wanted me to create a GMO version of the Navy bean so I can get as much money from the government as possible, and I didn't want to do that. So what I did was I took the time to see what was required to start a research and development brand, and I did it on my own. And here we are in 2020, about 5 years later, with a fully functioning research brand and concept that people can use to develop their inventions and their innovations and their ideas. I also want to show the Ministry of Science and Technology logo, which I'm very fond of and proud to be a part of. So when you think about the Ministry of Science and Technology, the first thing that comes to mind is coding, computer science, different things like that. Not to say that that's not a part of the Ministry of Science and Technology, it's just a very small piece of it. So in this logo, you have a representation of all of the areas of science and technology, from the mathematics to chemistry to computer science to engineering to biology. You have a full encompassing circle or team of scientists and engineers that can build a nation. So I want everyone to just to kind of take away from this presentation of this logo, to know that the Ministry of Science and Technology is a broad, all-encompassing science, technology, engineering, and math ministry that focuses on using science and technology to build our nation. So if you're coming out of college and you see your major represented in this logo, just know that there's a place for you in this ministry, there's a place for you in Original Man Scientific, because whatever's produced with both will be streamlined through everything. Different types of technology companies all use Android. Android is that one product that Samsung and other different types of technology companies use. It'll be the same thing with the Nation of Islam and Original Man Scientific. Whatever you produce, whatever you do, will be streamlined through by both of these entities. And that's pretty much it for my presentation.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you so much, Sister Mecca.
Yes, thank you so much, Brother Tariq. That was absolutely fabulous. You are a supreme example of this phrase from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He states, "He who gives the diameter of your knowledge prescribes the circumference of your activity." Your activity and what you are doing demonstrates that nothing is impossible when you have the knowledge of God. And we can really feel that and see that in all the work that you're doing. So thank you for being a wonderful example for our children. Thank you.
Praises due to Allah. Yes, ma'am.